guys, we are back with another song by Eminem. And what are we doing today?
So today we're up to Godzilla.
I really like this song. So, anyone looking for a reaction video, this is not that. This will be a breakdown video. So,
Yes.
no complaining. I'm getting that out there
Yes.
immediately.
So this is track number 7 off of Music to Be Murdered By, which we're going through in order. All of Eminem's albums. Go check them out. We've done every song from the previous albums, except bonus
Literally every
tracks.
song, yeah.
Yeah, with the exception of certain.
We've done some bonus
So
tracks.
we started that late. Like we didn't do the Eminem show.
Oh, yeah, no, we didn't.
Yeah, or the Slim Shady.
Well, not their bonus tracks. We've done all of the albums.
Yes. So yes, this is track number 7. I said right, 7. Featuring Juice World.
Rest in peace.
Yes, so it's sad. I believe he died before this was released, so he didn't
It's
get
so
to see it. And
sad.
he was like a huge Eminem fan. Like he loved Eminem. Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna do what we always do. Yes, this is track 7 off of
It's
Music to Be Murdered
probably
By.
one of my favorite. It's definitely my favorite new Eminem song and one of my favorite Eminem songs.
Yeah, so this is was this the lead single? I think this was the lead single.
It was on the
It's
radio.
definitely the biggest song off of
Hmm.
the album by far. I
Hmm.
feel like everybody knows this.
Oh yeah.
So this will be interesting, the breakdown of the lyrics. I've never thought about, the lyrics.
I thought about the chorus a lot. There's something I want to touch on. We've actually debated about it
Yeah, I
before.
actually know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
So, yes, we'll do what we usually do. We're gonna listen and we'll break it down as we go along. So, technically, you're still reacting to the bars that you don't know. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true.
Yeah. All right. So, we will do that.
Yeah. And we are sponsored by Carnivore Snacks. For those of you who have watched me hold an empty bag for literally like the past few videos, I finally got my ribeye and I'm very happy about it. Let me show you what this one looks like. It's like that. I have gum in my mouth, otherwise I would eat it right now. But I promise you, I eat this stuff. I really do.
Yeah, so the
It's
bags are empty.
delicious. Yeah, exactly. Someone accused me of not eating anything that we promote, and I was like, I mean,
It's the opposite.
these are very random things if you really
Yeah.
think about it. So, whatever. These are all amazing. Every single thing that they have, every product is incredible. I love the ribeye, but like the sliders are my absolute favorite. Here's my lamb sliders bag. It's empty. Definitely try the beef sliders. All the sliders are great. This is amazing, absolutely delicious. They're all like eating meat potato chips, and you really should try it. If you haven't, it's the best snack ever. And you can use our coupon code with Smith for 15% off your order, and the link is in the description below. And we are also sponsored by Chomps, which is my other favorite meat snack and my favorite beef jerky. And it's minimal ingredients, just like carnivore snacks, only good for you ingredients, minimal calories, and only ingredients you can understand as well. My favorite one is that gray one right there, which is the salt and pepper venison. Super moist, super soft, absolutely delicious. Like, if you like beef jerky, I highly recommend these. I mean, they look like Slim Jims, I know, and Slim Jims are like ew, but like these are actually incredible.
Yeah, these are like high quality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like nothing like a Slim Jim, it just looks like one.
Yes.
And you can use our coupon code with Smith for 10% off your order, and the link is in the description below, and an additional 10% off subscriptions, actually. We are also sponsored by SeatGeek, which is a really great ticket website that we have used. And you can get tickets for like comedians, concerts, sporting events, like literally anything. Like there's a whole bunch of categories listed here, and those aren't even, there's more than just that. So if you're looking for it,
Broadway.
maybe like, yeah, Broadway too.
I didn't know that.
Whatever you guys are into, I'm sure it's there. And you can use our coupon code with Smith for $20 off your first purchase, which is a really nice discount.
Yeah.
And the link is in the description below for that as well. And definitely check out our Amazon storefront if you're interested. It's got a bunch of cool products in it. Like and subscribe and follow us on social media channels if you want to. You don't have to. I've had a few people ask me why they should follow us on social media. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. If you want to, you can.
I don't even know if we post anything on there.
posted in a really long time. But like I said, we've been a little lax on our videos, and that's because we're working on something else, and we're going to announce that to you guys soon. Give it like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, around early June. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. Here we go. Godzilla.
You're a monster. I can swallow a bottle of alcohol in her. Feel like Godzilla. Better hit the deck like the car dealer. My whole squad's in here walking around the party. A cross between a zombie apocalypse and Bobby the Brain Heenan, which is probably the same reason I wrestle with mania shades in this bitch. I'm posse up. Consider it to cost me a costly mistake if they sleeping on me. The hoes better get insomnia. ADHD hydroxy cut. Pass the capacity. In AA with an AK melee, finna set it like a play date. Better vacate, retreat like a vacay mayday. This beat is cray cray, Ray J, H-A-H-A-H-A. Laughing all the way to the bank, I spray flames, they cannot tame or placate the monster.
You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road truckers, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
Godzilla, fire spitter,
monster. Blood on the dance floor, the Louis V carpet.
fire, Godzilla, fire.
Okay.
I love the chorus. It's so good.
Yes.
I love it.
All right. So I didn't know this until just now, but in the beginning of the song, there's like they use a sample. It says, "Oh, you're a monster."
It sounds like it's from Godzilla.
So no, it's from the
No?
1965 Italian Gothic horror movie Amante Dioltremtomba. I don't even know how to fucking say that. Dioltrem.
Amanti Doltratomba.
Yeah.
De Ultratomba.
Interesting. The plot of the film is about the count who caught his wife cheating and murders her along with her lover. The couple returns from their
When
grave
you say
seeking
count,
revenge.
you mean a vampire?
It's not clear. I haven't seen it.
I
Just
think it's a
says the count.
vampire.
Well, you could just be a count, like,
What's a count?
it's like a royalty thing.
Oh, like a countess.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Anyway, that's from that. Never knew that until
I'm so dumb.
right this second, Okay, so it starts off with Eminem. It has that little sample, and then it goes right into Eminem's first verse. And he says, "I can swallow a bottle of alcohol, and I'll feel like Godzilla. Better hit the deck like the card dealer."
So basically saying like alcohol transforms him into a monster.
Yes. And then
like hit the deck, like better like run for cover, hide from him because
down.
he's not the best to be
He's a
around when
monster.
he's drunk.
yeah, and then card dealer, like you literally hit the deck, like tap it if you want cards. I'm
Mhm.
thinking though, does the dealer do that? Because
Well, when you say hit me, usually the deck is like in that like plastic thing and they like swipe one out. So like they are like hitting the deck and then they like put it
So
in your
you
thing.
take it as they're hitting it when they're taking a card, because as a player you could hit the cards, right? But you're not
Who's hitting
hitting
the deck?
the dealer's deck. Do you know what I mean?
It's the dealer hitting
Does the
the
dealer
deck.
hit it? I'm trying to think if
Well, if you say hit me,
and he
they're the
grabs
ones,
it.
you don't take your own card. They give you the card.
I know it's one of those OCD things where I'm
Oh,
like, what exactly is happening? Whatever, we get it. We know what he's saying. All right, then he continues. My whole squad's in here, walking around the party, a cross between a zombie apocalypse and I'm actually gonna hold off on the rest of that bar. So his whole squad's in there, walking around the party,
they're all
across
like drunk and high, so they look like
a
zombies.
zombie apocalypse. So it's a cross between a zombie apocalypse and Big Bobby the Brain Heenan,
I don't know who that is.
which is probably the same reason I wrestle with Mania.
He's a wrestler.
So yes, he was in the WWF, Big Bobby the Brain Heenan. So he does the cool thing there. So he's saying, him and his whole crew's in there. It's a cross between Zombie Apocalypse and Big Bobby the Brain Heenan,
And then
right?
this is I wrestle with
Mania.
mania. So like wrestling with WrestleMania, but then like dealing with like
Mania.
manic, depressive,
Yeah,
bipolar nowadays.
Mania. It's the one pole over the bipolar.
Mhm.
So yeah, so he's saying the fact that he's a cross with that's probably why he deals with mania because of who he is, and then I guess the
And being an
alcohol.
alcoholic, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's really a sick line. And then he says, Shady's in this bitch. I'm posseed up. So same thing, his crew.
Mhm.
Consider it to cross me a costly mistake. If they sleeping on me, them hoes better get insomnia, ADHD, hydroxycut. So straightforward. You don't want to cross them.
Mhm.
And then if they're sleeping on me,
Do something to wake up.
yes, you could have insomnia so you don't sleep. You could have ADHD or hydroxycut, which is a weight loss thing.
Does that even exist anymore?
I don't know if it does, but it's like
Yeah, that was like a weight loss thing that like Anna Nicole Smith was like in the commercials for.
yeah, it has like a speed effect. So
hmm
amphetamines,
This was like in the 90s or early
2000s,
2000s.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes, and then he continues past the Cavarcier. So remember that song by
Lil Kim,
now Buster.
Remy Ma.
Buster.
Who's the girl on it?
Was there a girl on it? Past the no. So there's this R&B singer. Let's see. I think it's Buster Rhymes. Past the who sings that? It's bothering me now. So there's part two. It's Buster Rhymes. Who's on part one? I think it's just him, right?
I
Oh, Pharrell. Does he do? He kind of does the chorus, right? Because he's in the video.
why do I remember it as being a woman's voice?
It's Pharrell.
Maybe that's
He's high pitched. I think that might be what you're thinking of. Okay, so whatever. Past the Cabarcier. So Eminem, obviously, he's an alcoholic, So he's describing the scene. They're in like the club or whatever, and he's like, "So past the Cabarcier." It's a little nod to Busta Rhymes, and then he says, "In AA with an AK, melee, finna set it like a play date. Better vacate, retreat like a vacay. Mayday, this beat is cray cray. Ray J, HA, laughing all the way to the bank. I spray flames, not flings. They cannot tame or placate thee." Then it goes off.
so he's in Alcoholics Anonymous with a gun and it's gonna be crazy.
AK-47, which is
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Better leave. And the beat's crazy. Why Rage?
So there's a few things here. Okay, so he's in AA with an AK, melee. So melee, there's a fight, whatever.
Yeah.
He says, "Finna set it like a play date." I love that. So he's like, if you're gonna like set it off, right? But he says set it, so you would set a play date. So it's a little
yeah.
play on that. Better vacate, so better get out of there. Retreat like a vacay. So he's doing a play on retreat,
A retreat, yeah.
and then get out of there because of the melee. And then he says Mayday, which is like a distress call, like Mayday, Mayday. You'll hear that like with ships going down. And then he says this beat is cray cray, right? And then he says Ray J, HA. So he's calling Ray J crazy, He's saying this beat is cray cray, and he's like Ray J, who's crazy.
Got
he had a
it.
bunch of different things that people called him crazy.
Mhm.
And then he says HA, which is literally laugh, haha, laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
I spray flames, so fire spitter. They cannot tame or placate the, and then it goes into the chorus, which is monster. So that's the first verse. That's like the tamest of all of his verses, and it's so good. So the chorus, which is Juice WRLD, who's awesome. Monster, you get in my way. I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road truckers, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
So super self-explanatory, but what's an ice road trucker?
So there's a show on, was it the Discovery Channel? So it's like literally about the truckers that deliver shit on iced roads, like Alaska or like places where like you can only access when it's frozen over, like lakes and stuff. But like typically, like Alaska, stuff like that. But
yeah.
there's ice roads, like sometimes you can only get there certain parts of the year. You know what I mean? When it's iced over, stuff like that. But anyway, so it was about truckers that literally drove in the snow and ice. So when he says when the moon shines like ice road truckers, he's talking about the moon shining the way the ice shines.
So like bright.
It's a random thing to pick, right? But
interesting.
it works. I know it is. It's cool. It's like very unique. And then so when the moon shines, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters. So
like a vampire or whatever.
Or werewolf, whatever it is. So
like he turns into a monster.
Yeah, at night.
Basically.
Yes. And then blockbusters, talking like blockbuster, like movies, big movies.
Yeah.
All right. Then he says Godzilla, fire spitter, monster, blood on the dance floor and on the Louis V carpet, fire, Godzilla, blah, blah, blah. Repeats it.
So blood on the dance floor, obviously, because he's a monster. And then he talks about Louis V carpet, which is like Louis Vuitton carpet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just bringing up something, like nice and designer. But we had a talk about this one time. I remember we were in the car, and I was like, is there a double entendre here? Like, is it more than just Louis V carpet? Like, is
Like
he
Louis the
making a
Fifth.
reference? Yeah, it's like Louis the Fifth. And then I remember we were Googling how Louis the Fifth from France, right, died.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So I don't know. So there is a bunch of the different Louis, like Louis the 13th obviously is a popular uh drink, but there is like Louis the
Well, there's Louis 1
11th.
through 16
No, I
or
know, but
whatever.
like products that are still around today that are named after them. So like there is a Louis the something who does furniture and stuff.
Oh,
So
it's like Louis the 16th, I think.
yeah, so I looked into it.
13th? I
It
don't know.
seems like it is just Louis Vuitton, not Louis the Fifth.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently Louis Vuitton at some point did have carpet.
Carpet.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. All right. This is such a short song, and this is going to be such a long video. All right, here we go. Verse 2.
I'm just a product of the cricket onyx. Told him lick the balls, had him just appalled. Did so many things that pissed him off. It's impossible to list them all. And in the midst of all this, I'm in a mental hospital with a crystal ball, trying to see what I still be like this tomorrow. Whisper, voices whisper. My fist is ball back up against the wall, pencil drawn. This is just a song to go ballistic on. You just pulled a pistol on the guy with a missile launcher. I'm just a Loch Ness, the mythological. Quick to tell a bitch go off like a fifth of vodka. When you twist the top of the bottle, I'm a monster.
You get him.
Okay. We have to do this because the third verse is so long. So we have to break this down now. I'm sorry. I know it's annoying, but it's a very short verse. So he comes in, he says, I'm just a product of Slick Rick and Onyx. Told him lick the balls. So he's saying he's a product of those. So Slick Rick's one rapper, Onyx is a group. Slick Rick had a song called Lick the Balls. So it's a little nod to them, but Eminem saying he grew up on them, listening to
Wait,
their.
isn't Onyx the one who's in the song where he's like, chicka chicka Onyx?
So
No.
Sticky Fingers is on
Yeah.
Remember Me, who's part of Onyx. So I don't know if that's what you're thinking of.
I don't know.
Okay. So yeah. Anyway, he's saying he's a product of the group Onyx and Slick Rick. Told him lick the balls, had him just appalled at so many things that pissed him off, it's impossible to list them all. So, he copied Slick Rick. Slick Rick had a song Lick the Balls, so he took that same thing. He pissed people off. He told people to
Oh,
fuck
okay. See,
themselves.
I didn't know that. So to me, it's just kind of comes out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, had
Like,
him
lick the balls. I'm like, oh, okay.
told him lick the balls, had him just appalled at so many things it pissed him off. It's impossible to list them all. So, he's saying he got it from them. Then he continues, and in the midst of all this, I'm in a mental hospital with a crystal ball, trying to see will I still be like this tomorrow? Risperdal, voices whisper, my fist is balled, back up against the wall, pencil drawn. This is just a song to go ballistic on. So this is sick.
Risperdal. Is that pain medication?
No, it's
Or
like
is it an antipsychotic?
yeah, it's for like schizophrenia, bipolar, shit like
Mhm.
that. So yeah, he's saying in the midst of all this, right? He's doing his crazy rhyming and stuff. He's in a mental hospital with a crystal ball, which is a funny image, trying to see will I still be like this tomorrow. So he's trying to look into the
Or he's imagining that he has one.
yeah. So he's like trying to look into the future to see like, oh, is this crystal ball going to tell me if I'm going to still be like this tomorrow? Am I going to be normal? And then the Risperdal, like you were just saying, it's for bipolar or schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
And then he says voices whisper, so he's hearing voices. And then he says, my fist is balled, back up against the wall, pencil drawn. So that's a cool little play. The pencil you draw with the pencil,
Yeah, but he's like
but
holding it out like
like
to
drawn
stab
like a
someone.
sword or like
Yeah.
a gun. So yeah, he has his back's up against the wall, bald fist and a
He just
pencil.
looks crazy.
Yes. And then he said this is just a song to go ballistic on. Ballistic. Then he says, you just pulled a pistol on the guy with the missile launcher. I'm just a Loch Ness, the mythological. Quick to tell a bitch, screw off like a fifth of vodka when you twist the top off the bottle, ama. So he has his pencil drawn, right? But he's saying, like, you just pulled a pistol on the guy with the missile
Yeah,
launcher.
like you can't compare, you can't compete.
Yes, so so when it comes to the pencil, at least, he's way better. But yes, we're not in the same league. We're not fighting with the same stuff. And then the Loch Ness Monster, obviously, he's mythological. So he's like crazy, he's so well known. And then tell a bitch screw off like a fifth of vodka, literally
Screw off the
straightforward.
top.
Yes. All right. And then it's the same chorus. So we're going to play the rest of the song out. No more pauses. All right. Did we listen to the chorus the second time?
No.
Oh, that's where I fucked up. Sorry. I should have let the chorus play and then pause it.
Mm.
All right. Here we go.
Vodka, when you twist the top of the bottle, I'm a
Monster, you get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road truckers, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
till the fire spit a
Monster, blood on the dance floor, on the Louis V carpet.
fire, till the fire.
Monster, blood on the dance floor, on Louis V
If you never gave a damn, raise your hand, cause I'm about to set trip. Vacation plans, I'm on point like my index is. So all you will ever get is some motherfucking finger, prostate exam. How can I have all these fans that perspire like a liar's pants? I'm on fire and I got no plans to retire. And I'm still the man you admire. These chicks are spazzing out. I only get more handsome and flyer. I got them passing out like what you do when you hand someone flyers. And what goes around comes around just like the blades on the chainsaw. Cause I caught the flag, but my dollar stacked right off the bat like a baseball. Like kidding, bitch, I got them racks with so much ease that they call me Diddy. Cause I make bands and I call getting cheese a cakewalk. Yeah, bitch, I'm a player. I'm too motherfucking stingy for share. Won't even lend you an ear, ain't even pretending to care. But I tell a bitch I'm area of Shabaria, face of my genital area. The original Richard Ramirez, Christian Rivera. Cause my lyrics never sit well, so they wanna give me the chair. Like a paraplegic and it's scary, call it Harry Carry. Cause every time I'm digging Harry Carry, I'm marry a motherfucking dictionary on. I'm swearing up and down, niggas spit this shit's hilarious. It's time to put these bitches in the obituary column. We wouldn't see eye to eye with a staring problem. Get the shaft like a staring column. Trigger happy, pack heat, but it's black ink. Evil half of the bad meats. Evil that means take a backseat, take it back to fat beats with a maxi single. Look at my rap sheet. What attracts these people is my gangster bitch like Apache with a catchy jiggle. I stack chips, you better got a half-eaten Cheeto. Filling with the venom and eliminate him. Other words, I'm intimate him. I don't wanna hurt him, but I did him in a fit of rage. I'm murdering again. Nobody will evade him. Finna kill him and dump the fucking bodies in a lake, obliterating everything is generator. Renegade him, hit him, make anybody who want it with the pin and frame. Don't nobody want it, but they're gonna get it anyway. Cause I'm beginning to feel like I'm mentally ill. I'm until a killer be killed. I'm a killer, be the vanilla gorilla. You're bringing the killer within me out of me. You don't wanna be the enemy of the demon who in me. I'll be in the receiving enemy. What stupidity it'd be. Every bit of me's the epitome of a spitter when I'm in the vicinity. Motherfucker, you better duck or you finna be dead the minute you run into me. 100% of you is a fifth of a percent of me. I'm about to fucking finish you, bitch. I'm available. You wanna battle? I'm available. I'm blowing up like an inflatable. I'm undebatable. I'm unavoidable. I'm unevadable. I'm on the toilet bowl. I got a trailer full of money and I'm paid for. I'm not afraid to pull them. Man, stop. Look what I'm planning.
Put this down for a sec. Jesus. It's so crazy.
I couldn't follow, though. I couldn't follow. I couldn't do it. I lost the ability. I don't know what happened.
I'm available.
So, yeah, it's fucking wild, man. It took me so long to catch all the words he was saying, let alone the bars.
I heard nothing.
Yeah. All right, so third verse, he comes in. He says, if you never gave a damn, raise your hand, because I'm about to set trip vacation plans. It's such a simple line. I really like this stuff. So he's saying, literally, raise your hand if you never gave a damn. 'Cause I'm-
Set trip. What does that
Yes.
mean?
Okay, so set trip
I get it with
is-
the vacation plans. I don't get
like
it
if you're
otherwise.
setting your trip. So in gangs, right, there's different like sets.
Yeah.
Right? So like dip set, like rep your set.
Yeah.
So set tripping is like a phrase you would hear it a lot in the early 90s, but like if you're set tripping, typically like you're starting beef within the set of the gang.
Like with your own
So
gang?
it could be internal, you know what I mean? Sometimes I've heard set tripping used as like, you're like repping your set against another one, but it could be you could tripping within your own set, you know what I mean? Starting beef with somebody in your own set, or
Okay.
one set fucking with another set, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's a gang reference.
Okay.
So he says, I'm about to set trip vacation plans, you know what I mean? So he's like,
So not to
oh,
like start with
you're
people.
starting trouble, repping your set or fucking. So it's it's like that. So like you already pointed out, vacation plans. So you're literally setting a trip up, which is funny. Then he says, I'm on point like my indexes. So
Like your index finger, like you point with it.
so all you will ever get is the motherfucking finger prostate exam.
Yeah.
And then you hear zam again. It sounds like he says prostate exam them, but he's saying zam. So yeah, like you already said, you point index finger because he's on
That's how you do a
point.
prostate exam
And
too.
so yes, because he's on point, all you're ever gonna get is the finger, but so he means like the middle finger, but then he switches back to prostate exam, which is the index. So it's a cool little thing he does there. All right. Then he says, how can I have all these fans and perspire? I love that
That's
line.
a good one.
So literally, like,
Like people who love him and then like actual fans, like paper fans or electronic fans, whatever.
Yeah, you wouldn't be sweating if you had fans on you. So that's
Yeah.
funny. Then he says, like a liar's pants, I'm on fire, and I got no plans to retire, and I'm still the man you admire. These chicks are spazzing out. I feel like there's a line missing. No, okay, I'm still the man you admire. These chicks are spazzing out. I only get more handsome and flyer. I got them passing out like what you do when you hand someone flyer. Sorry, I feel like
Yeah,
there's
no,
something missing, right?
I felt like that too, but I think it's just because you weren't reading it fast enough.
Yeah, I think
So it
so.
wasn't sounding right.
Yeah. So yes, he's liar, liar, pants on fire. That's the phrase. He's not retiring. He has no plans. People still admire him. Chicks spaz out over him, and he only gets more handsome and flyer. So as he gets older, he gets more handsome and flyer. And then
Catchy.
on the heels of the flyer, he says, "I got him passing out like what you do when you hand someone flyers." So, and then passing out, literally like
Yeah, like,
fainting.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then he continues. He says, "And what goes around comes around, just like the blades on a chainsaw."
It's a good one.
So
Because
literally,
like it rotated, circulates.
yes. Because I caught so it's flack. I caught the flap of my dollar. That is so wrong. So, the actual line is where I have the lyrics pulled up on my phone because I caught the flack, but my dollars stacked right off the bat like a baseball.
Just saying, like, yeah, he takes the heat from people, like, not liking what he's doing or whatever, but he's still making money.
making
Doesn't
money.
really matter.
Yeah, so he says, my dollars stack right off the bat like a baseball. So, baseball
Goes off the
bat,
bat and hit
obviously.
it.
And he says, like Kid Ink, bitch, I got them racks with so much ease that they call me Diddy because I make bands and I call getting cheese a cakewalk. So this is one of my favorite.
And then he shouts cheesecake.
Like an ad lib?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's cheesecake as if we didn't get it.
I don't know if I ever heard that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So this is a cool little thing. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out why the fuck he was talking about Kid Ink. I was like, why? I don't. So
He does Racks, song about Racks.
He might. I mean, Tiger does Rack City. That's what I think of when I think of Racks. So okay, there's a few things here though.
Who does Racks on Racks on Racks?
Racks on Racks on Racks. I don't know. Is that him?
I'll Google it. I don't know.
Look it up.
I'm bad at this.
So anyway, there's a tie-in where he says right off the bat, right? So Kid Ink has a tattoo of a bat under his eye,
Like a bat or like a baseball
like
bat?
the animal,
The animal
the
bat.
bat.
No, it's YC.
It's a little pump.
No, who's Y? Who's YC?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna type in Rax and Kid Ink, and I'm gonna see what happens.
No, so I actually know what the
He has a song called Rax with Wiz Khalifa or
Rax-
Young Jers or
This is weird.
and Chameleonaire. I don't know. It's from
Okay.
2011. It's pretty old.
So, all right. So there you go. That's another reference. I thought it had something like that, and I was like, I don't know what it is. But okay, the bat they think ties in right there, right? People
Okay.
think. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. But he says, like, kidding, bitch, I got them racks with so much ease that they call me Diddy. Okay, so
He gets Rax real easily because Diddy's really loaded, right?
so Diddy's label is called Bad Boy Entertainment Inc.
Mhm.
So he's doing Bad Boy Inc., Kid Inc. Like boy and kid.
Okay.
You get it? So like that's
Yeah.
the play on that. And then yes, the bat
right.
and then the racks, whatever the fuck the name of that song is.
Rax.
Yeah. It's just racks.
Just Rax.
Okay. And then he says, so they call me Diddy, right? Because Diddy, he makes a lot of money and Bad Boy, blah, blah, blah.
Makes bands, like making the bands, but also like money.
Yeah, you don't get because I make
I
bands,
make bands, making the bands.
and I call getting cheese a cakewalk.
Cheesecake.
You don't remember that? Okay, so Diddy had a show called Making the Band.
I didn't watch a lot of it.
So I didn't watch most of it either.
I don't even remember.
But there's a
to be
famous
honest.
story that I think Dave Chappelle even made fun on his show, on the Chappelle Show. I think he made fun of it. So, because I make bands, so literally Making the Band was the name of the show that Diddy hosted, where he literally would make a music group. But also Eminem is saying, because I make bands, like, money, like $100 bills. And I call getting cheese a cakewalk. So in the show, Making the Band, it was like a competition to see who would
Yeah.
win. In one of the episodes, they were in Manhattan, and he had them all walk to Brooklyn to Junior's Cheesecake to get him a slice of cheesecake.
Okay.
So literally, that was like one of
Yeah.
the things they had to walk to Brooklyn to get cheesecake.
From where?
Manhattan.
Where in Manhattan?
I don't remember.
Makes a difference.
I mean, it does, but either way, they had to walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Miles,
sucks.
miles. So yeah, because I make bands, so making the band, and I call getting cheese a cakewalk. So literally, Eminem's doing the same thing with money, right? He does the racks, bands, and then cheese, cake, right?
I mean, if you've ever had Junior's cheesecake, it is definitely worth the walk.
It's good. And then obviously, yeah, so I call getting cheese a cakewalk. So obviously them walking to get cheesecake and then getting money is a cakewalk. It's easy to get cheese. So there's so many money references just in those few bars there. It's incredible. All right. Then he continues, bitch, I'm a player. I'm too motherfucking stingy for share. So it's a play on Cher's name. If you're stingy, you won't share.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's word the stingy for share. Like that's a weird way to phrase because it would be I'm too stingy for sharing, you would think, but whatever. We get what he means. Won't even lend you an ear. Ain't even pretending to care. So he's so stingy that he won't even lend you an ear. He doesn't want to give anything
It's
up.
a good one.
Yeah, so he won't even,
It's
listen
like
to you.
free.
Yes, and ain't even pretending to care. So he's not even listening. But I'll tell a bitch I'll marry her if she'll bury her face in my genital area. The original Richard Ramirez, Christian Rivera, because my lyrics never sit well, so they want to give me the chair. I love that fucking line. So he'll marry a girl if she'll put her face in his genital area.
He's the original Night Stalker. There's two Night Stalkers. They call, I believe, was it the BTK killer who was the one who did the sorority girls? Golden State Killer?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's either him or no, it's him, I think, that they called the Night Stalker. But one of them is the original Night Stalker, and one of them just has one name. Richie Ramirez is just the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's the original Night Stalker because that really wouldn't be fair to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Not that it's fair. I mean, he's a serial killer, but you get my point.
So yeah, the original Richard Ramirez, so serial killer, Christian Rivera, that's the dude that killed that girl. What's her name again? You were following her fucking case. And they fucked up earlier, so there's no way it's right. That means take a back seat. So he's saying he's the evil half, so that means take a back seat. Take it back to Fat Pete's. That's not even anything. He says, take it back to Fat Beats with a maxi single. So Fat Beats was our old record, like a label, right? With a maxi single. So it's like a single that had multiple songs on it. That was known as a maxi single, right? Instead of just one song, there's a maxi single that had multiple. But not,
like Maxie would be big,
but
so
not
fat.
quite. Yeah, but not quite an album, right? Then he says, look at my rap sheet. So rap sheet to play on,
like his lyrics, writing his lyrics and stuff, and like all the bad shit he's done.
Your arrest record, yeah. What attracts these people is my gangsta bitch, like Apache with a catchy jingle. So the rap sheet, gangster, that ties in there. And then what attracts these people is my gangster bitch, like Apache. So there was a rapper back in the day, Apache, who had a song called Gangsta Bitch.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So he says Apache with a catchy jingle. So catchy jingle, the gangster bitch. Then he says,
I stack chips.
I stack chips. You barely got a half-eaten Cheeto.
So again, it's self-explanatory.
It's money.
It's a good one, though.
The chips is like money, and then he says you barely got a half-eaten Cheeto, so you don't got chips like he does. All right. Then this is the quick part. So again, this broke Rap God's record for the most. I forget what it is. It's either syllables or bars in a hit, whatever it is, and it's faster here. So he says, fill him with the venom and eliminate him. Other words, I Minute Maid him. I love that line. Because he says, fill him with the venom, so like a snake, right? And eliminate him. In other words, I Minute Maid him. Because the eliminate him sounds like
Oh,
lemonade.
lemonade.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he says, other words, I Minute Maid him. So Minute Maid lemonade. Um, I don't want to hurt him, but I did. I'm in a fit of rage. I'm murdering again. Nobody will evade. Straightforward. I'm finna kill them and dump all their fucking bodies in a lake. Straightforward. Obliterating everything. Incinerate a renegade. So this is all straightforward. He's killing people, dumping them in a lake, obliterating, incinerating. Incinerate a renegade. It's interesting. Could be a subtle shot at Jay-Z. I don't think it actually is, but they did Renegade together.
At MGK for using Renegade's beat, or was that new?
No, yeah, that's new. This is like 3 years old. Then he says, Incinerate a Renegade. I'm here to make anybody who want it with the pen afraid, but don't nobody want it, but they're gonna get it anyway. So he's here to scare anybody. They're getting it. Because I'm beginning to feel like I'm mentally ill. I'm Attila. Killer be killed. I'm a killer bee, the vanilla gorilla. So that's very funny. So yeah, he feels like he's mentally ill. Attila the Hun, killer bee killed, killer bee, the vanilla gorilla. It's funny because he's white, obviously.
Yeah.
Then he says, "You're bringing the killer within me out of me. You don't want to be the enemy of the demon who entered me, and be on the receiving end of me. What stupidity it'd be." So that's cool. That the killer within him, the demon. You don't want to be on the receiving end. Every bit of me is the epitome of a spitter. When I'm in the vicinity, motherfucker, you better duck. So everything about him, he's a spitter. Straightforward. Or you finna be dead the minute you run into me. 100% of you is a fifth of percent of me. So
you're like nothing.
Exactly. I'm about to fucking finish you, bitch. I'm unfadeable. So
you're not going anywhere.
Can't fade him. You want a battle? I'm available. I'm blowing up like an inflatable.
Nice.
I'm undebatable. I'm unavoidable. I'm unevadable. I'm on the toilet bowl. I got a trailer full of money and I'm paid in full. I'm not afraid to pull a. And then it cuts off. And then you hear him say, "Man, stop. Look what I'm planning."
Which is to Crystalia.
Yeah, so he sampled that again. Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's funny. So yeah, I mean, this is straightforward. He's just shit talking. He's on the toilet bowl. He's shitting on people. He's got a trailer full of money. He's paid in full. And then yes, he does the "Man, stop. Look what I'm planning." So all right, 41 minutes. We're in for a song that we both know.
Well, it was a breakdown video for the most part. Yeah, it's really good. Obviously, it's very clear that I know this song. I love it. It's one of my favorite Eminem songs, and it was nice to be able to break down, especially the end part of it, because I don't really know that part too well because it goes so fast.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good. The song's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's 2 verses out there from Juice WRLD for this song.
Really?
Yeah, he was supposed to have a verse on the song. And then apparently, so he recorded the chorus, but he died before he could, I guess, perfect his verses. Whatever it was. So like he was recording, but apparently, I don't know if the producer of this song, somebody came out and said that there's 2 verses for this song by Juice WRLD. So maybe they'll come out someday.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, this is great. This is the biggest hit on the album by far, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely check out Chomps, Carnivore Snacks, SeatGeek, like and subscribe. Check out Amazon storefront and follow us on social media if you want to. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.